incident that happened where our officers and men on a peace mission were murdered in Okuama community in Delta State. Consequently, the Senate set up this joint committees on defense, army, navy, and Air Force to interact with the authorities of our armed forces, the CDS, defense headquarters, the Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Naval Staff, and the Chief of Air Staff. This meeting, therefore, is for us to have the opportunity as a legislature to know what has happened, the kind of information that will also help us in the Senate to be part and parcel of finding lasting solutions to this kind of incidents not happen again. I'll invite each one of us to salute and introduce, and then the meeting will go into a closed session. But the issues before us are issues that are very sensitive, and at this time, caution is the word. So I start from my right.
Service chiefs and chief of defense staff.
One amphibious battalion on Thursday, 14th March 2024, went on a peace mission to Okuama community in Delta State. An incident occurred resulting in the loss of a commanding officer, 2 majors, a captain, and 12 soldiers during the peace mission. The troops on the peace mission to Okuama community in Bomadi local government area of Delta State were surrounded by some community youth, which resulted in the death of officers and men. Acknowledging the gravity of the attack on the military personnel, Senate at its plenary on Tuesday, yesterday, 19th March, mandated the Joint Committee on Defense, Army, Navy, and Air Force to investigate the incident. The Senate also urged the federal government to ensure that those responsible for the heinous crime are identified, apprehended, and brought to justice. We in the Senate and indeed the National Assembly will always support our military in whatever way we can. And the National Assembly has that history. We try to, at all times, make meaningful appropriations for resources to be made available. We know it has never been enough. And in fact, I will take this opportunity to commend our armed forces for doing so much with so little that we can always afford. We hope we can do better. And we are very, very prayerful and confident that resources will be better going forward. The insecurity in our country takes precedence over any other consideration. And therefore, in my opinion, and our opinion in the Senate, no investment in any sector can be more important than investing in ensuring that we are secured as a country. We therefore are very sad as a parliament of this very tragic incident. It is our hope in the Senate that those who perpetrated these barbaric and horrific acts are really captured and the law takes full course on them. And I want to appeal to Nigerians. This is our armed forces, and they cannot skewer us without us as citizens also playing our part. Therefore, every citizen is supposed to support our armed forces. And those in those areas that this incident happened, that know anything, should volunteer information. Because this is the only way we can stop something like this happening another time. Distinguished colleagues, let me, on behalf of all of us and the entire Senate and indeed the National Assembly, express our condolences to His Excellency, Mr. President Ahmed Lawan, for this very dastardly act that happened. And the President, of course, took immediate action. And we, on this side of the government, are with him and will continue to give him the support that he needs to ensure that we secure our country from all manners of insecurity. With these brief remarks, I want to appeal to our media, to the Senate press corps that is here. Please, what will ensue is not something that we can afford to do in the open. And I'm sure you will understand, because of the sensitivity of the situation and the kind of information that may be made available to us. But that does not stop you from interviewing, if you like, the CDS and the service chiefs when they are going. I'm not saying you should interview them, but if you want to ask them, maybe after. So, as usual, please clear the
Excellency, sir. Don't leave this place now. Madam, come on, this thing for us.
The Senate had a resolution with respect to the killings that happened in Delta State of our military officers and men. And a joint committee was set up to investigate what happened. Joint Committee of Defense, Army, Navy, and Air Force. Consequently, we invited the Chief of Defense Staff, the Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of Naval Staff, and the Chief of Air Force. And we had an interaction with them. And we have been briefed of what happened, and this meeting was the first. We expect that we will also hold subsequent meetings when we'll have more and more information with respect to what has happened. But let me say this, the Senate particularly and the National Assembly stand solidly with our armed forces. We continue to support our armed forces, and I want to also assure Mr. President that he took the right step when he gave that direction and directive to our armed forces to fish out the perpetrators of this heinous and horrific crime by killing our officers and men in Okuama. And for us in the National Assembly, there is no investment that the administration can do better than investing in the armed forces and other security agencies for them to secure us and our properties. I believe that this is what every Nigerian wants, and that is what every Nigerian needs: secured life, secured environment for businesses and other pursuit of life. So we have closed today, but we hope that pretty soon we'll convene again for us to have more information and then report back to the Senate whatever it is that we're able to gather as a report.
So did they suggest to you that you're making some headway in arresting culprits?
Well, of course, the military will not spend any time without looking for those that have carried out those murders. And therefore, we are hoping that pretty soon they will be able to catch them, apprehend them, and of course, the law should take its full course. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's the question? Well, this is a meeting of all the service chiefs, and the meeting is with the Defense Committee of the Senate, comprising of the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Defense Intelligence. The interaction basically is to evaluate what happened in the massacre of men of the Nigerian Armed Forces last week in Delta State. And of course, a comprehensive review was attempted, and what happened was clearly stated. What is important is that the armed forces have given a very good account of themselves. We praise their courage, their resilience, and their patience. That as a consequence of what happened, we didn't, see the kind of massacre of innocent civilians. But having said that, it is incumbent to also send a very strong note of warning to all the gangsters, because to face the armed forces of a nation is a major affront. And of course, the situation that we have today is we just have to continue to appeal for patience and understanding. We also decided that technology has become very important, and that the armed forces must begin to utilize technology and artificial intelligence to track down the location of some of these gangsters. By and large, we encourage them that they are doing a human job, protecting the assets of the nation. Without doubt, Delta State is very important as far as the custodians of the assets of our nation is concerned. And whatever happens, we must make sure that only people who are guilty face the consequence. Those are some of the things we spoke about. Of course, we also spoke about the need to continually support the armed forces with additional funding. We recognize that Mr. President have done very, very well, more than any other leader in recent history. But because of the peculiar situation we have, we just have to continue to appeal that within the framework of the limited resources, we have to give more priority to ensuring we train and equip our armed forces. That is the summary of the meeting.
Thank you very much.